What's up, guys? So we're back in an old location. I got a crew with me today. We're coming in, checking it out, seeing if they're in the area. That's a previous area that I had amazing activity, orbs, lots of vocals, wood knocks. And I'm seeing a little bit of impression and a little bit of trailing going on here. So we're just in here. We're gonna see what we can find. See what kind of evidence we can find. It should still be moving through the area. And this is a structure that they have done that I've previously recorded. And see how these have been.
This looks really strange. It doesn't look natural.
No, see how they've been violently ripped down. You see that?
Yes.
Just violent, just to show us the strength. And then you got all these, how they stacked them up into these structures, you know, like little X's, little teepees, and just these different things, and we just don't quite understand why they do it.
If the wind is that violent, why isn't that tree over? Why isn't that tree over?
Yeah, that little old one.
You know.
Exactly. These are so much bigger. That one's more rotten and older than these two here. So it's like, if
it's a selective kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look natural at all.
No. And see, this is when the last time I was here, when I come up into the spot, when I first discovered this spot, crazy amount of activity, and it was last year. And this is the first thing I walked up on right here. And I kind of seen impressions. I know how to track these guys really well. And it led me to this spot here with this crazy structure, kind of a violent looking little area, you know, shows strength, like a gorilla would be running through the woods, just like, wow, you know, smashing trees, you know what I mean? Came up here and I started hearing all these vocals and all these wood knocks. They were all coming from down in here. And then from here, and this is also where I heard a duck. I heard a duck right back in here, which wasn't a duck. We all know who did that. And then I had moved back up in this way, and that's the way we're gonna move. We're gonna kind of trail in here and see.
So this was new when you kind of found it. You hadn't seen it before?
No.
Because that's a great place to start looking for impressions, because that means there's been recent activity.
And usually when you get into an area with structures that they do back here, you're gonna have action. They stay near structures, which I believe the structures kind of represent an area that they hang out in. This my theory is these are like the way they do these tree structures is like an ancient language. It tells what kind of game are in the area, maybe what kind of plant life and they're in the area, you know, different things like that we don't really understand.
Right, it's a sign language for them. Symbols.
Yeah, for others when they come through, they can.
Symbolic language.
They can read that. We can't. We don't know. We can't. Some people think they're experts at it, and I tell them, you're not an expert at it.
Well, if you photograph this enough, you can start seeing patterns and maybe kind of.
And that's how I figured out how to track them, because I get them on video and photos all the time.
Oh yes, hikers.
Then that trail runs right up in the top side over there. And this is an example when I tell you they don't care how close people are. As long as those hikers, they know that they're just hiking. They sit back here and watch. One of those hikers spot him back here. Okay, he's gone. You kind of ruined this area for probably a month. You know what I mean? Maybe more.
But they know you're different.
Yeah, they know I'm onto them. They know that I know about them, and they've seen me. What are you doing down there, TT?
Look, I noticed these trees are ripped out of their roots.
Yeah, yeah. All these trees right here, if you look, some of them are tipped down, and see how the butt end of that tree is sitting up on top of that one? This is all something that they do. They rip these trees out right down here, and they lay them. They're laid clear up here onto this structure.
Look, you can see the trees. I don't know if I'm tripping.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of stuff that other people wouldn't actually, you know. You're noticing stuff that you're correct on, you know what I mean? Like, you know. I had a lot, and if you go back this way further, that trail eventually loops back that way, and then there's nothing that back this way. So, come across this stick. This little stick, the butt end, it's just a little stick, and it's shoved down into the ground right there. This was not here the last time I was up here. This is what they do. They come by. This is as they walk by, as they're trailing and walking by, moving. They'll just randomly stick a stick in the ground right there. That is so damn cool. I had to document that on video. Damn cool. There's my crew down there. There's my bro. Say hi.
Hey, what's up?
It's actually my brother. What would you be, a brother-in-law? Yeah, it's my brother-in-law. So yeah, sorry. TC, this is the structure I was telling you about. A really good structure.
It looks like this right here was laid on top. See how the end is there? It has no
Exactly.
base on it. It's like it was laid here.
And what's
And
up with that
so
tree?
notched against the tree with this thing here holding it in place. You can't move it.
Exactly. It's held into place. You're exactly right. You totally pointed that out. That's exactly what they do. That's pinned in there behind the tree and behind that little stub on that tree, and it's elevated completely off the ground. You're absolutely right.
There's the base to this tree here that's laying here. It's not, it didn't fall over there.
No, it didn't come from here. Most of these trees didn't. And then you got like a little X going on right here, laying down this way. It's like an X structure.
Yeah.
And all of this wood that you see has been manipulated by him. There's no way to come in it naturally and wedge each other in there like
This
that.
is really tight.
That's very
And
tight.
I can't lift it.
No, it's
It usually
wedged.
falls a certain direction naturally.
Yeah.
That isn't.
We're coming up on this structure over here.
Yeah, look at that. This house. Looks like
This is a cool
two
structure.
people.
Yeah, this is like head over heels obvious.
Use the tree.
And this area that I'm in right here is a very good area. And I believe I took pictures of that Sasquatch walking up this way. I think this is the area where I was standing, and I can't figure out where exactly he was walking up in that direction. I just can't figure out what point I was standing at, but I was next to this structure right here. And this is, I would say, a month or over a month ago now that I took pictures of that Sasquatch walking through those trees right there. He wasn't that far from me. And again, I was next to their structures and I start seeing stuff. Yeah, this is a really amazing structure right here. Check this out, guys. Got another impression right here. Kind of outline it for you. It comes in different on video. It's a little harder to see. There's an impression right there. It's probably, I don't know about the size of my foot.
A little bigger. Even a little
It's bigger than my foot.
and wider.
Yep, and
Yeah,
wider.
because you have a shoe.
Yeah, from here
That-
to there.
That foot was
Exactly.
there.
It's big.
Yeah, it's bigger. That's a good one.
Good
You see-
find,
you see
Winnie.
this footprint we found over here? It's not the greatest, but you can see it.
How long is the stride of a Bigfoot? Like, where would you find the next footprint? 3 or 4 feet? If they walk a bigger stride than humans.
Yeah, well, I guarantee this one has stepped right here on this log, probably stepped on these logs going out. They love to traverse logs, rocks,
Oh, okay.
to hide their footprints.
Sure.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, dude, big time.
What's that? What is it?
I don't know.
You hear that though?
Yeah.
Am I tripping or is it coming from that way?
That's a dog, right?
No.
I heard a dog bark, but
They mimic dogs barking. They do this kind of thing.
So obviously they go down into town.
Yeah, my neighbor and I both seen a Sasquatch right in front of
I
our
had a lot
place.
of people tell me stories of seeing Sasquatch in Glenhaven.
I'm
Way
hearing
back even in the
screams. And,
70s.
I'm hearing clicks, screams, and I just heard a dog bark for sure.
Oh, guys, I think we might be getting some kind of activity actually. There's no trails. There's nobody that way. The trail scoops around up to the top here.
Well, I guess lighting those cigarettes helped.
I told you, see, right after I lit the cigarette, they started freaking.
Look how the trees are lined up, you know what I mean? Like, certain ways. So trees grow certain ways at certain times, right? They make little pyramids, I think, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
When they, how they grow. They don't grow in a straight line, so you'll have a straight line like this, and then you'll have a straight line going back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where their trails come up in. And they go up the mountain on a slant, not straight up, you know, but
She's already been attacked.
Have you ever tried leaving a gift behind and coming back and seeing like a personal human thing? They're obsessed with us, like a mirror or something just cool, that, or a hairbrush. I don't know, something that humans use.
Sometimes I gift. People think it's a good idea to gift. Honestly, it's not really that great of an idea to gift a Sasquatch. I have a froggy down that way.
What's a froggy?
A little frog that lights up from the solar. It's got a little solar back on it. Its little eyes will light up in the night. I went ahead and left a froggy. Nothing's moved it yet. Of course, I don't think they came through the area yet. This time of year, they came through the area. Like that crap we were just hearing just now. There's nobody over there. And they mimic dogs. If they actually do what they call barking all the time, almost like a dog bark. They can mimic dog barking. But just now, did you guys hear the something vocalizing over there?
yeah, for sure. You gotta be careful what you leave behind, though, because they can pull what you left them into their dimension.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
So you're saying if you leave a gift like the froggy, they could pull it into their dimension.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And what would be the danger of that?
You never know.
It belonged to you and it's got your imprint on it.
Probably
Take it to another
something to do with that.
dimension.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got your imprint on it.
Gotcha.
Your energy.
Just another reason to keep your campsite really clean.
Blue marbles. They love blue marbles. Blue. They love blue. I tell people to come out with me. I know he loves the color red. And I actually thought if he put a red shirt on today, I was going to say, "No, please, no red shirt."
Why? They don't like red?
They don't like red. I don't know why.
I really is blue, but I look good in red, so
That's good. You're staying behind Judy. She's all in blue and she's little.
Yeah.
They pick her up and cut her right off.
She is in blue, huh?
Even her gloves.
Yeah. You wouldn't last long. They wouldn't last long.
Yeah, they put you right back.
They're infatuated with the color blue. I don't know why, and I find it weird that the markings on the trees are blue.
It was just strange how they went in a line too. It's not like random trees.
Is this the
That
trail
one,
right
that
here?
one, that one.
like this is the trail right here, right? So I can see these sticks that kind of look like stairs. Right?
Anyways, I'm going to record it a little bit, I guess. See. Was that a wood knock I just heard?
So I heard.
Did you hear that? Right at the direction I got my camera. That was a wood knock, wasn't it?
It was definitely a
It
different sound than the creaking of the
sound like
axe.
the trees were doing. It sounded different.
And it was the very same direction I just had my camera, at that little black spot back there. I wonder if the camcorder picked it up. Sorry, we're all quiet. We're trying to listen to see if we can, because we just got vocals coming from that direction. Almost sound like a dog, and some other vocals. Everybody here heard it. And see something like I just zoomed in on it. And right when I was doing that, there was a, sounded like a wood knock. So yeah, I don't want to bore you guys. It's just we're just sitting here listening to see what we can actually. We can hear it again because we got to this one spot, and I was just talking about how I wanted to hear something so those guys can experience it. So everybody's locked on right now out here in the woods because it caught everybody's attention. I think we might have company out here.
The tapping or so. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear.
What's going on?
Oh, just over in here. It's real faint, but I could just hear like a tap, tap. It's not real quick.
That's what they do. They make these very. They don't have to be loud. Just these little taps. It's just all part of what they do. And it gets thicker. And as far as vegetation out that direction, it gets a lot thicker. Way better hiding. That was some amazing activity we just had a little bit ago.
Yeah, and you know that rock right there. That's real strange looking the way it's set up there on that rock.
Yep.
It almost looks like it's enclosed. They've enclosed the rock almost, and then it sticks over.
Uh-huh. And there's nothing. There's no trail. There's no human per se activity that way ever. You're not going to run into another human for quite some time off that direction. And the reason why I know that is because I have been that direction before. Walked.
You know, I
miles
dream
back
a
home.
lot about the backside of Twin Sisters.
That's a spot I've been wanting to go. I haven't been able to get there.
And I've looked, and there's just no roads back there. But I dream that there's things back there, and there's almost like little cities, and I mean that aren't there. And it's the strangest thing.
I would not ever doubt that.
For
that
years.
There's something back there. Nobody goes back there. There's no real there's no
There's-
access back there.
there's
If you
no
want
access.
to access it,
That's
got
why I
10
asked you if you'd been back there,
Not
because
yet.
I'm really intrigued by the south side.
I've been close, but I haven't been all the way back there because I've been too creeped out to go all the way back, and I haven't had the resources to actually make it all the way back in there. Plus, I don't want to go by myself,
Sure.
regardless how armed I am.
Not that far back where you don't have access. Like, we're not that far from the car here, but if you go miles back in there, that's
And I have. It pisses my wife off. She doesn't like it when I go walk back in 4 miles by myself off trail.
I bet.
And my sisters too. They'll get mad. My sister will chew my ass. You're gonna be the next 411. What the hell, man? You can't be walking back that far by yourself. You gotta have somebody come with you. I said nobody wants to come with me because everybody's scared. Because I find these guys all the time.
You know, that's funny you mentioned that on Friday night. I was just watching all that 411 videos and reading all this stuff.
Do you know there's 2 missing 411 cases right here in Estes Park?
Wow.
One of them, you go past Twin Sisters and you go up, the old church sitting on the rock?
Yeah.
There's a missing 411 case behind that church.
Okay, I didn't read about that. I read because in 2018-19 there were 3 people in the park, which is more in one area. I was reading about Rocky Mountain National Park,
And then just north of Estes, I want to say 40 to 60 miles, give or take, something like that. Another missing 411 case.
like Pooter Canyon up in there.
Ah, I think so. Did you hear that? Like a thud right off that direction? Am I tripping?
No, I might have. I was listening to you.
Guess what? I just heard a low thud, a low vibration.
Yep. Oh, that's the tree. Creek.
You hear that? Huh? Are you sure? That sounded like a wood
Sounded like
dog.
it was right. See, the sound I heard could have been a tree creaking, but it was so rhythmic, and it wasn't fast, but it was like, it was like rhythmic.
Yeah.
But it was in here.
I'm hard of hearing anyway, so I really
I'm not
struggle.
at great hearing because I don't have good eyes. So
My eyes are kind of crappy too because of the diabetes. But I could have sworn that sounded like a good wood knock, like a crack.
It did.
Am I tripping? You hear better than I do. Did
No,
that sound-
I did hear that, and I heard it before. And that definitely wasn't the trees right here, the one you had heard before. But
No.
I heard that. But I thought it came from the tree. But
Was that a wood knock a little bit ago? The one just a second ago when I turned around. Huh? You? Okay. Look at how all this has been manipulated. Freshly been manipulated. This is something that they do. They leave feather. Look at that feather right there. Look at this right here. This is something else that they do. It probably may be looking for grubs or whatever. I don't see a bear doing this because there's no claw marks. You'd see all kinds of claw marks. Look at the feather. This is something else that they do. They drop a feather in an area where they were at. I don't know why they do that.
What's over here? Digging.
Yeah,
Something was digging.
digging and they left a feather right there. There's a feather.
Huh.
Yeah. Could be looking for grubs or something. I thought maybe it was
Yeah,
bear.
a bear could be looking for some.
Except there's no
something
claw
to eat.
marks.
Yeah, true.
Usually I'll see their claws in the hard dirt there, but I don't see any claws. Could have been
And
trying
they
to
threw
get
it
it.
all the way out here, the dirt.
Yeah, scooping it all the way out here. Rock right there and everything.
Could be. Oh, I don't know. Just some other kind of animal.
Yeah.
Raccoons.
Where'd she go? Oh, God, the camo. I can't see.
Camouflage.
Get camouflaged over there. Go down around this way. Here's this next set of small structures. Last time when I was here, I approached these because we're not that far away from the vehicles right now, but we approached this structure. See that structure right there?
Yeah.
Right over in there. And I had a really aggressive
books, watches.
vocals
I
and
hope
stuff.
she found a good book.
Judy, she's used to this, believe me. I mean, I don't know, it just the way he talks, she probably waits for him a lot.
And see, the thing is too, the
No,
last
the way
time.
you talk about coming into the woods, I'm sure your wife's used to waiting in the car.
Oh yeah, she would come, but she's got a prosthetic leg. She can't walk out here. So she hangs out by the car, and the advantage of that, we figured out there was a huge advantage of that. Whenever we pull up, I take off into the woods. She stays behind. She has a huge amount of actions. She's seen several Sasquatch follow me
Really?
into the woods, and you can ask her about it too. There's she's seen, because after I left, it's almost like they don't know that she's staying behind. As soon as I leave, she gets vocals. She's seen several Sasquatch tail me, like physically seen them. A couple of them were on all fours, and she's seen their side of its head and stuff like that, following me up into the woods. There's a huge advantage to that because she sees a lot back at the vehicle.
And she keeps a walkie-talkie, and you have one too, so you can communicate
Yeah.
in case you needed.
We have walkie-talkies. They reach a long ways. And so if anything was going on down there, she'll radio in.
Sure.
But see, since the last time I was here, all these trees were not laying down.
I saw a show once, and they were up in way north.
We're back here on the back side of the lake here, kind of investigating. We're going to end the day here. I'll bring them up here and show them this structure if I can if I can locate it, if I remember where it's at. Really cool structure back here. I've had a lot of activity back in here. Oh, and by the way, a little bit ago, I actually got a handful of hairs, about 5-6 inch long white hairs and a black hair. I'm actually gonna have those analyzed. But I'll probably end the video off here. We're just gonna investigate a little bit here because it's almost time to go. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Okay, I had to